The one single factor that impressed me was the fact that his organization had the ability to sit and listen, that they don't shoot from the hip with a recommendation. There's a lot of thought that goes into it, and it's also part of an overall package. Does this fit into your overall scheme of things? Anderson Advertising started with a full brochure presentation package. They were very nicely presented, very high quality, and that's important in our business. Well, I think in any business, it's so easy to take an order and just fulfill it and go on and try and find something else rather than meet the needs of who your client is. And we have clients, and fortunately, we're a client of Anderson Advertising, so I often feel like that they're very much on our side, trying to help promote what we do.
Prior to being associated with Anderson Advertising, we had no consistency in our image, in our advertising, in anything that we had done. Anderson Advertising helps us in all areas, including marketing strategies, creative strategies. With the campaigns that they developed for us, we've had an ongoing image building. We developed consistency. We developed an image for ourselves in the community that we never had. They positioned us as a small business lender in the market. The first part of that was an advertising campaign. It was a series of newspaper ads. And when that first appeared, we increased our business 24% in that year. It was phenomenal. When I take a look at where we were 5 years ago when I first started at the bank to where we are today, we wouldn't be there if it wasn't for Anderson. And now we have developed an image that's consistent with the way we do business, and we're proud of it.
A healthcare institution is like a mini city. There are all types of people and on all levels. So what we needed to do, and what Anderson helped us do, was to define what it was that we were really good at, what it was that we excelled in. We had a lot of images, and we needed to narrow that focus and make it one. Anderson stacks up very well against other agencies because of the diversification and expertise, and being able to take a project, whether it's just one specific piece of collateral material, or whether it's a whole campaign, and draw from each one of their employees to give their creative input into the project. So for my needs, I need to have somebody that's really creative, that can bring another dimension into healthcare that doesn't already exist. So I'm looking for a diversification in thinking in an agency. And Anderson was able to give that to me.
Is this the interview?
Yeah, this is the beginning of the...
Oh, good. Time this. Is the idea of serious fun an oxymoron? I don't think it really is a good oxymoron. I enjoyed working with them because they took the task seriously, but they allowed an approach which was fun-oriented or a note of frivolity. Everything did not have to be a matter of life and death and the current avalanche at the office, and that's really refreshing. That helps a lot. I should mention that they also helped us work out a new logo, a new set of stationery and business cards, and it was really soup to nuts. Advertising is something that we know so little of, and quite honestly don't have any great desire to know much more than where to find a good professional to handle that part of our business. And that we found at Anderson. So.
Each ad agency has a unique personality, just like a person has a particular personality. And at Anderson, I think it's just a very fresh approach. They don't do things the same old way. They don't look at things with blinders. They sort of see the complete picture and then pull it all together for you. And one of the campaigns Anderson Advertising created for us was a campaign to reach certain professional segments. And we had hoped that they would go back and bring back one idea for us to look at. Well, they came in, and instead of having one idea, they gave us 4 ideas to choose from, which was incredible. And it ended up that through that one effort, we actually had 4 years worth of work because we liked everything that we saw, wanted to use everything, and didn't want to put anything aside, so we used all of it. I find that Anderson has a certain energy level. They're not satisfied with bringing in 70%, 80%, 90% quality, not even 100%. Everything that they've done for our organization has always been 110%.
There are no rules in what we do. If there were, anybody could do it. The better way to look at it is you've got to really never assume anything. That which was not going to work 4 years ago or 10 years ago might be perfect today. So it's a constant, almost not evolutionary, but constantly a revisiting, a growth based on never forgetting anything, but always looking forward. I sense in working with Anderson the willingness to come to a problem with that set in their minds. Let's look at it again. So consequently, in both the programs that Anderson has been involved with, first with the Wild Bird and now with Turf, the kinds of things we asked them to do, they more than accomplished. The reaction immediately when we presented the programs for this year to come to our territorial managers was instantaneous. And I can be very blunt about it. They said, boy, can we sell this. I mean, you can't get better than that. What I find, though, is that when a relationship is built on confidence in each other, then you get through it somehow. And that makes everything happen. So the confidence then that can come out with the kind of work we need and the kind of responses that the agency has provided for us, we trust each other. I don't know how else to say it.
It's extremely important that you have a good rapport with the agency personally, I think. That you feel comfortable and you know that you can trust them, and there's that mutual level of professional respect. To me, that's number one.
I have no idea how large a client we are in respect to their overall client base, but I have the feeling that we're fairly important, which is good.
They won't tell you something just because you want to hear it. If they don't think it's going to be effective for you, if you want something within a one-day timeline and it's just not humanly possible, they're going to tell you that because they care about the end result.
They're always committed to us. They've always been there. No matter what the problem was, they've come up with a solution. And that's what's important. That's what really counts.
But it's always based on the mutual respect we have for one another and the willingness to allow each other to be goofy, to make mistakes, to stumble, to be honest, I guess. It's people. So let's do it that way. That's the future.